Ever felt like you're stuck in a maze, running in circles with no way out? This feeling isn't foreign to any of us. It's a universal experience, a shared struggle. It's the sensation of being lost, of not knowing which way to turn, of feeling as though you're moving, but never progressing. It's the feeling of being trapped in a labyrinth of life with no clear exit in sight. Let's take a moment to consider the story of Jane. One day, Jane decided to participate in a local fun run event, not knowing that the course was designed as a massive maze. As she ran, she found herself lost, going in circles, retracing her steps over and over. The crowd's cheers turned into a distant echo as she navigated the confusing paths, feeling increasingly isolated and stuck. Doesn't Jane's story sound familiar? Haven't we all at some point felt like Jane, lost in the maze of life, chasing our own tail, feeling the frustration build as the exit seems to elude us? Maybe it's a job that doesn't satisfy, a relationship that's going nowhere, or a dream that seems to be slipping away. It's important to remember that it's okay to feel this way. It's okay to feel stuck, to feel lost. It's a part of our journey, a part of our growth. It's a signal, a signpost that tells us something needs to change. It's a reminder that we are human, that we are not infallible, that we are constantly learning and evolving. So, if you're feeling stuck, take a deep breath, acknowledge the feeling, embrace it, use it as a catalyst for change, for growth, for evolution. It's not a sign of weakness, but a mark of your humanity. It's not a dead end, but a new beginning. Remember, the maze of life is not designed to trap us, but to challenge us, to push us beyond our comfort zones, to make us stronger, wiser, better. It's a test of our resilience, our determination, our courage. Feeling stuck is a part of our journey. It's a sign that we are in need of change. So let's embrace the maze, let's embrace the challenge, let's embrace the journey. After all, it's not about the destination, but the path we take to get there. Opening. It's during these times of struggle that we question our path, isn't it? In the thick of our trials, we often find ourselves at a crossroads. We're neck deep in the quicksand of our challenges, feeling stuck, feeling like we're running in circles. It's a sensation that's all too familiar, isn't it? Like a marathon runner hitting the wall at mile 20. Legs heavy as lead, lungs gasping for air, every fiber of their being screaming to stop, to quit. But what does the runner do? They keep running. They push through the pain, the fatigue, the wall. They continue the grueling journey, one agonizing step after another, driven by an unwavering spirit, a testimony to the strength of human will. Isn't this akin to our battles when we feel stuck? The struggle is real, my friends. It's raw, it's challenging, it's painful. It's a wall that seems insurmountable. But just like the marathon runner, we too have the power to push through, to keep running, to keep fighting. Every struggle we face is a test of our resilience, our tenacity. It's an opportunity to prove to ourselves that we are stronger than our challenges, that we are more than our circumstances. The struggles we face are not meant to break us, but to forge us. They are the flames that temper the steel of our spirit, making us tougher, stronger, more resilient. So when you feel like you're stuck, when you feel like you're running in circles, remember the marathon runner. Remember the wall. Remember the struggle, the pain, the desire to quit. But also remember the perseverance, the determination, the will to push through. Because in the end, it's not about the struggle itself, but about how we respond to it. It's about how we rise above it, how we transform it into a stepping stone towards our growth, our success, our victory. Closing. Struggles are the raw materials of our strength. They shape us, mold us into the best version of ourselves. Ever heard of the phrase, persistence pays off? It's a common saying, but it's more than just a string of words. It embodies a principle, a key to unlocking our potential and navigating the maze of life. Let's take a moment to travel back in time. Picture the late 19th century, a world lit by candles and gas lamps. Enter Thomas Alva Edison, a man with a vision to illuminate the world in a way it had never seen before. He faced countless failures, ridicule, and skepticism. Yet, he was undeterred. He once said, "I have not failed, I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Now that's the spirit of a persistent soul. Edison's journey wasn't an easy one. He didn't find the right filament for his light bulb on the first try or the 10th or even the 100th. It took him more than 1,000 attempts to finally succeed. His persistence, his refusal to give up despite the odds, led to one of the most revolutionary inventions in human history. Because of his tenacity, we live in a world ablaze with electric light. But what does Edison's story mean for us? It's a reminder that our personal mazes, the challenges and obstacles we face, are not impassable walls. They are merely tests of our resolve, our willingness to push forward even when the path seems obscured. It's in these moments when we feel stuck and the progress seems negligible, that persistence becomes our most powerful tool. Persistence is not about blind repetition or stubbornness, it's about learning, adapting, and growing with each attempt. It's about understanding that failure is not a dead end, but a stepping stone to success. It's about recognizing that the path to our goals is rarely a straight line, but a winding road filled with twists and turns. So when you find yourself feeling like you're running in circles, remember Edison. Remember his 1,000 attempts. Remember that it's not about how many times you fall, but how many times you get back up. Because when the journey gets tough, the tough get going. Persistence is the hammer we need to break the walls of our maze. Do you believe there's always a light at the end of the tunnel? Let's ponder on this for a moment. Think about it really, there is a profound truth hidden in this simple question. It's all about hope and optimism, about believing in brighter days ahead, even when your current reality is shrouded in darkness. Picture a man lost in a deep, dark cave. He's been wandering for hours, maybe days, with no sense of direction. The darkness is so thick it's like a physical entity wrapping around him, pressing in from all sides. But then he spots it, a tiny glimmer of light, barely visible in the distance. It's small, almost imperceptible, but it's there. And to this man, it's everything. He follows that tiny speck of light and it guides him out of the darkness into the warmth and safety of the outside world. This man could have given up, he could have succumbed to the darkness, to the fear and uncertainty, but he didn't. He chose instead to focus on that tiny glimmer of light, to let it guide him, to give him hope. And that's what brought him out of the cave. Now life can feel a lot like that dark cave sometimes, can it? We all have moments when we feel lost, disoriented, unsure of where to go or what to do. In those moments, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, to let the darkness consume us. But remember the man in the cave, remember the power of that tiny glimmer of light. In our darkest times, we too can find our own ray of light, our own beacon of hope. It might be a kind word from a friend, a small success at work, or even a beautiful sunrise. Whatever it is, hold on to it, let it guide you. Let it give you hope, because my friends, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. You might not see it right away, but it's there, waiting for you. All you need to do is keep going, keep pushing, keep believing. The light is there waiting for us. We just need to keep moving forward to reach it. Are you ready to step out of the maze and into the light? Imagine, if you will, a caterpillar. This tiny creature spends its days crawling along the forest floor, eating leaves and biding its time. It doesn't know where it's going or what lies ahead, but it keeps moving forward one tiny step at a time. One day the caterpillar feels a strange urge. It finds a safe spot and encases itself in a cocoon. Inside this cocoon, it's dark and quiet. The caterpillar is alone with its thoughts and fears. It feels stuck, trapped even, in a cycle of darkness. It's a trying time, a time of struggle, but also a time of transformation. The caterpillar doesn't give up. It doesn't resign itself to a life within the cocoon. Instead, it endures. It embraces the struggle and the darkness, for it is in the depths of this darkness that it finds its strength. It's here, in the cocoon, that the caterpillar undergoes a transformation so profound that it emerges as an entirely new creature. When the time is right, the butterfly breaks free from the cocoon. It stretches out its wings, testing their strength, and then it takes flight. It soars towards the light, leaving behind the darkness of the cocoon. Like the caterpillar, we too may feel stuck at times. We may feel as though we're running in circles, trapped in the maze of life. But remember, the maze is not a prison, it's a pathway, a journey towards the light. It's the cocoon that holds the promise of a butterfly. The journey may be long and the path may be fraught with challenges, but on the other side of the struggle, the darkness and the feeling of being stuck, lies the light. The light of change, of growth, of transformation. The light that leads to a better you. So, keep moving forward, keep pushing through the darkness. Like the caterpillar, embrace the journey and the transformation. It's time to spread your wings and fly towards the light. Remember, the maze is not a prison, but a pathway to a better you.